Welcome! Today we're making a classic Reuben sandwich packed with tender corned beef, Swiss cheese, tangy sauerkraut, and rich Russian dressing, all grilled to perfection on rye bread. Whether you're a seasoned cook or just craving something delicious, this step-by-step guide will help you make the ultimate comfort food. Let's dive in and get started on crafting this mouth-watering sandwich. Alright, let's get started on this classic Reuben sandwich. First, grab 2 thick slices of rye bread. This is the base of your sandwich. Next, you'll need some corned beef, about 4 ounces thinly sliced. For some tangy crunch, get a 1/4 cup of sauerkraut, but make sure to drain and squeeze it dry to avoid any sogginess. You'll also need a couple tablespoons of Russian dressing, or you can use Thousand Island. And of course, butter, about 2 tablespoons, for grilling that bread to a crispy golden brown. Optional, but if you like, sprinkle some caraway seeds for that extra rye flavor. Now, let's put it all together and grill it up. First things first, let's get everything ready. Grab your rye bread, 2 slices, nice and thick. We want this bread to hold up well under all those delicious ingredients. Now take about 4 ounces of corned beef. Make sure it's thinly sliced. If you have big chunks, break them up into smaller, manageable pieces. Next, we're going to deal with the sauerkraut. You'll need about a 1/4 cup. Drain it well and squeeze out any extra liquid. We don't want any sogginess in our sandwich. Lastly, grab your Swiss cheese, 2 nice slices. You're going to want that melty goodness when we grill the sandwich. And don't forget about the dressing. Russian dressing or Thousand Island, whatever you prefer, is going to be spread generously on the bread. Now that everything's prepped, we're ready to assemble. Now, it's time to put everything together. Start with 1 slice of rye bread and spread your dressing generously on the side that's facing up. You want that flavor to soak in, so don't be shy. Place 1 slice of Swiss cheese on top of the bread, then layer on the corned beef. Make sure you spread it out evenly across the bread, covering the entire slice. Now add the sauerkraut right on top of the corned beef. You'll get that nice tangy crunch that really sets the sandwich apart. Once everything's in place, grab your 2nd slice of rye bread and spread more dressing on the inside. Place it dressing side down to complete your sandwich. You've got your layers ready, and now it's time to grill. Alright, let's get the grill going. Heat up a large skillet or griddle over medium heat. While that's warming up, take your softened butter and spread it evenly over the outside of your sandwich. We want it to be nice and buttery, so the bread crisps up beautifully. Once your skillet is hot, place the sandwich in the pan. Let it cook for about 3 to 4 minutes on the first side. You want the bread to turn golden brown and crispy. After a few minutes, press the sandwich down gently with a spatula just to make sure everything stays together and gets a nice even toast. Keep an eye on it to avoid burning. When the bottom side looks perfectly toasted, it's time to flip. Now for the fun part, time to serve up that Reuben. Carefully flip the sandwich over and grill the other side for another 3 to 4 minutes, pressing down gently again. You want both sides to be golden and crispy, and the cheese nice and melty inside. Once it's done, take it off the grill and let it rest for a minute. This will help the cheese stay inside when you slice it. Slice it diagonally, and look at that perfect cross-section of corned beef, Swiss, and sauerkraut. Now dig in and enjoy the flavors of this classic Reuben sandwich. Crispy, cheesy, and absolutely delicious. Lastly, here are some quick tips to make sure your Reuben turns out perfect. First, butter the bread evenly. It'll give you that golden crispy crust without burning. Cook the sandwich on medium heat. This gives the cheese enough time to melt without the bread getting too dark. If you press the sandwich gently with a spatula, it helps everything stay together and ensures an even grill. Don't rush. Grilling too fast will leave the cheese unmelted and the bread uneven. If you have a heavy pan or grill press, use it to get an even crisp across the sandwich. And lastly, if you like a little extra flavor, try adding some pickle or mustard inside for a tangy kick. Follow these tips and you'll have a Reuben that's crispy, cheesy, and packed with flavor. Enjoy your Reuben sandwich.